Jeffrey Nero Hardy is an American professional wrestler and musician. He is currently signed to All Elite Wrestling. Hardy is widely considered one of the greatest professional wrestlers of all time and is regarded as one of the most daring high flyers and risk-takers throughout his career. Together with his brother Matt Hardy, the tag team the Hardy Boys are widely regarded as one of the greatest tag teams in professional wrestling history. Born and raised in Cameron, North Carolina, Hardy started his career as a youth performing in the Trampoline Wrestling Federation, which he started alongside his brother Matt Hardy. Eventually, that would transition into the organization of modern extreme grappling arts as they became older. As a tag team, the Hardy Boys worked as enhancement talents for the World Wrestling Federation from 1994, and were signed to full-time contracts in 1998. They gained notoriety in the tag team division, partly due to their participation in tables, ladders, and chairs matches. With the addition of Lita, the team became known as Team Extreme and continued to rise in popularity. After splitting up as a team in 2002, Jeff's popularity as a singles wrestler began to grow. However, the brothers still teamed up sporadically in the years afterward, and together they have held 21 World Tag Team Championships between WWE, TNA, Raw, and other promotions. Hardy has had great success in his singles career, capturing his first of 6 World Championships, the WWE Championship in 2008 and going on to hold WWE's World Heavyweight Championship twice and the TNA World Heavyweight Championship 3 times. Within WWF/WWE, he has also won the Intercontinental Championship 5 times, the Hardcore Championship 3 times and the European, Light Heavyweight, and United States Championships once each. Having won the required championships, he is the 18th Triple Crown champion and 9th Grand Slam champion in WWE history. He has headlined numerous pay-per-view events for WWE and TNA, including TNA's flagship event, Bound for Glory, on 2 occasions. Readers of Pro Wrestling Illustrated named him Most Popular Wrestler of the Year on 2 occasions. Hardy is involved in motocross, music, painting, and other artistic endeavors. He is currently a member of the band Peroxy, Gen, with whom he tours and has released 3 studio albums and 4 extended plays. In 2003, Hardy, along with his brother Matt, wrote an autobiographical book of memoirs titled The Hardy Boys. Their book was a New York Times bestseller. Early life. Edward Thomas Hardy was born in the Hammersmith district of London on September 15, 1977, the only child of artist and painter and novelist and comedy writer Edward Chips Hardy. He is of Irish descent on his mother's side. He was raised in London's East Sheen suburb. Hardy attended Tower House School, Reed's School, and Duff Miller Sixth Form College. He later studied at Richmond Drama School and the Drama Centre London, now a part of Central St Martin's. He has named Gary Oldman, with whom he would later work on Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, as his hero and added that he mirrored scenes from Oldman while at drama school. Career. In 1998, Hardy won the Big Breakfast's Find Me a Supermodel competition at the age of 21, earning him a brief contract with Models 1. Hardy joined Drama Centre London in September 1998, and was taken out early after winning the part of U.S. Army Private John Janovic in the HBO-BBC miniseries Band of Brothers. He made his feature film debut in Ridley Scott's war thriller Black Hawk Down. During this time, Hardy also had a brief stint as a rapper and hip-hop producer with his friend Edward Tracy, with whom he recorded a mixtape called Falling on Your Arse in 1999 that remained unreleased until 2018. In 2002, Hardy appeared as the Reman Preter Shinzen, a clone of USS Enterprise Captain Jean-Luc Picard in Star Trek, Nemesis. The following year, he appeared in the film The Eye, and then travelled to North Africa for Simon, an English legionnaire, a story of the French Foreign Legion. He then returned to the United Kingdom to feature in the horror film LD50 Lethal Dose. Hardy was awarded the 2003 London Evening Standard Theatre Award for Outstanding Newcomer for his performances in Blood and in Arabia We'd All Be Kings, performed at the Royal Court Theatre and Hampstead Theatre. He was also nominated for a 2004 Laurence Olivier Award for Most Promising Newcomer of 2003 in a Society of London Theatre affiliate for his performance as Skank in the aforementioned production of In Arabia We'd All Be Kings. Hardy appeared with Emilia Fox in the BBC miniseries The Virgin Queen as Robert Dudley, a childhood friend of Elizabeth I. Dudley's character has been described as an ambiguous young man who is torn between the affection of his wife, his love for Elizabeth and his own ambitions. Hardy featured in the BBC 4 adaptation of the 1960s science fiction series A for Andromeda. In 2007, he appeared in BBC 2's drama based on a true story, Stuart, A Life Backwards. He played the lead role of Stuart Shorter, a homeless man who had been subjected to years of abuse and whose death was possibly a suicide. The same year he played Bill Sykes in the BBC miniseries Oliver Twist, an adaptation of Charles Dickens's novel that aired on PBS Masterpiece Classic in the US. In February 2008, he played a drug-addicted rapist in the British horror thriller W Delta Z. In September 2008, he appeared in Guy Ritchie's London gangster film, Rock'n'Rolla. Hardy played the role of gay gangster Handsome Bob. In 2008, Hardy starred in the film Bronson, about the real-life English prisoner Charles Bronson, who has spent most of his adult life in solitary confinement. For the film, he put on 3 stone. In June 2009, Hardy starred in Martina Cole's 4-part TV drama The Take on Sky One, as a drug and alcohol-fueled gangster. The role gained him a Best Actor nomination at the 2009 Crime Thriller Awards. In August 2009, he appeared in ITV's Wuthering Heights, playing the role of Heathcliff. In early 2010, Hardy starred in The Long Red Road at the Goodman Theatre in Chicago. The play was written by Brett C. Leonard and directed by Philip Seymour Hoffman. Hardy won some good reviews for his portrayal of Sam, an alcoholic trying to drink away his past. In 2010, he starred as Eames in Christopher Nolan's science fiction thriller Inception, for which he won a BAFTA Rising Star Award. Hardy replaced Michael Fassbender in the 2011 film adaptation of Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, released on September 5, 2011 at the 68th edition of the Mostra Internazionale di Arte Cinematografica in Venice. In March 2010, Hardy signed a first-look deal at Warner Bros. In 2011, Hardy appeared in the film Warrior, which was released on September 9, 2011 by Lionsgate Films. His performance as Tommy Riordan, who is trained by his father to fight in a mixed martial arts tournament against his brother, gained praise from critics. Hardy also starred in This Means War, a romantic comedy directed by Microgram. He played the supervillain Bane in The Dark Knight Rises, the final film in Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight trilogy, released on July 20, 2012. He played a bootlegger in John Hillcoat's crime drama Lawless. Hardy has signed up to play the lead role of Sam Fisher in Ubisoft's forthcoming film adaptation of their video game series Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell. He also appeared in Riz MC's music video for the song Sour Times. In 2014, Hardy appeared in the crime film The Drop alongside James Gandolfini, in what would be the latter's final appearance in a feature film before his death. Hardy also joined the cast of the BBC crime drama Peaky Blinders in its second series. He portrays Alfie Solomons, the head of a Jewish gang and runner of a distillery which disguises itself as a bakery. Hardy starred in 5 films in 2015. The first, Child 44, set in 1950s Soviet Union, saw him playing Leo Demidov, a Soviet secret police agent who investigates a series of child murders. Despite mild praise for his acting, Child 44 was reviewed negatively by critics and was a box office failure. Hardy then played the title character, Max Rokitansky, in the action film Mad Max: Fury Road. His performance was praised by critics and overall the film received critical acclaim and became a box office success, grossing over $378 million against a $150 million budget, becoming the highest-grossing film in the Mad Max franchise. He played a dual role as London gangsters Reggie and Ronnie Kray in the crime thriller Legend. On December 7, 2015, Hardy won Best Actor at the British Independent Film Awards for his portrayal of the Kray twins, and on the same night attended the premiere of the biographical Western thriller The Revenant, in which he reunited with his Inception co star Leonardo DiCaprio, at Leicester Square, London. On January 14, 2016, Hardy received his first Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor for his performance in The Revenant. Hardy played a Royal Air Force fighter pilot in Christopher Nolan's action thriller Dunkirk, based on the British military evacuation of the French port of Dunkirk in 1940 during the Second World War. He appeared alongside Mark Rylance, Kenneth Branagh, Cillian Murphy, and Harry Styles. Hardy also co-produced and starred in the 8-part BBC One television drama series Taboo. It was created by Hardy, Stephen Knight, and Hardy's father, Edward Chips Hardy. Taboo was aired in the United States by FX. In 2018, Hardy starred in the film Venom as the title comic book sometime hero, Eddie Brock, and the symbiote Venom. Based on the Marvel source material, the film was released on October 5, and is the first installment in Sony's Spider-Man universe. In 2019, Hardy served as an executive producer in the 2019 BBC/FX 3-part miniseries A Christmas Carol. In 2020, Hardy starred in Josh Trank's Al Capone biopic Capone. Hardy is attached to star as British war photographer Don McCullin in a film based on McCullin's autobiography, Unreasonable Behaviour. Hardy reprised the role of Eddie Brock in Venom in the sequel Venom: Let There Be Carnage and co-wrote the story for the film. He is also slated to star as the Antarctic explorer Sir Ernest Shackleton in a biopic being created by the same makers of Taboo. The Shackleton film, which will cover one of the most harrowing stories of survival in exploration history, is also being produced by Hardy's production company Hardy Son and Baker. Philanthropy. In 2010, Hardy became an ambassador for the Prince's Trust, a UK youth charity which provides training, personal development, business startup support, mentoring, and advice. In 2012, he and his then-girlfriend Charlotte Riley became patrons of Bowel Cancer UK. Prior to the inaugural Invictus Games held in London in September 2014, he, along with other entertainers and athletes, read the poem Invictus in a promotional video. Personal life. Hardy was married to Sarah Ward, a producer, from 1999 until they divorced in 2004. He met Rachel Speed, an assistant director, on the set of The Virgin Queen in 2005, and they had a son in April 2008 before separating in 2009. That year, Hardy began a relationship with actress Charlotte Riley after they met on the set of Wuthering Heights. They were married in July 2014. They have 2 children. The first was born in October 2015 and the second in December 2018. They had 2 rescue dogs, Max and Woodstock, and Hardy appeared with Woodstock in a PETA advert to promote pet adoption. Woodstock died on June 5, 2017 due to an aggressive case of polymyositis. Hardy has suffered from dysthymia, and spent much time in his youth drinking alcohol and using crack cocaine to cope with it, He has said that he was going out of control with his drink and drug use before deciding to seek psychological help when he was 20 years old. While portraying prisoner Charles Bronson during the production of the film about his life, Hardy met Bronson several times and the two became friends. Bronson was impressed with how Hardy managed to match his muscularity and how well he could mimic Bronson's personality and voice. He stated that he believed Hardy was the only person who could play him. Hardy was named one of GQ magazine's 50 best-dressed British men in 2015. He appeared on a 2016 Debrett's list of the most influential people in the United Kingdom. He was appointed Commander of the Order of the British Empire in the 2018 Birthday Honours for services to drama. Martial arts. An avid Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner, Hardy became the lead ambassador for the reorg Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Foundation, which was launched in association with the Royal Marines charity with the mission to provide a platform for serving personnel and veterans to learn Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu as part of their recovery pathway and to combat the challenge of mental health and physical disabilities. Hardy enjoys practicing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and has been seen training at Roger Gracie's affiliate schools. As of December 2020, he holds the rank of blue belt. He has won a number of jiu-jitsu competitions including at the 2022 UMAC Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Open Championships in September 2022 where he won gold. Filmography. Film. Television. Stage.